Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lap Classic. This time taking a look at the 1967 Shelby Cobra 427. This is requested by Inferno the Fox, and is this what I get for going away for a week? I come back and I get given this. I don't think this is going to be a very good car. In fact, I think it's going to be a bloody awful car. It has a pretty good power to weight ratio, admittedly, 617 horsepower, 982 kilos, really good amount of torque. However, it is front engine rear wheel drive and it's from 1967 and this ain't no Ford GT40. This is not going to be a good handling vehicle and it's probably going to do absolutely awfully. But to find out just how awful it is going to get 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track to set the best time it possibly can. Our current leader is a Suzuki Scooter Pikes Peak Edition, that's set time of 27.710. The Shelby Cobra, I will crush every single thing I own if this thing gets anywhere close to the Escudo's time. Anyways, okay, that's an odd thing, okay. So, first off the bat, we have incredibly weird gear ratios. Okay? Not quite sure why we have such weird gear ratios, but we do, and yeah, okay, it's doing basically what I was expecting it to, which is good. Not really a huge fan of the Cobra to begin with, to be honest with you. I know a lot of people like the Shelby Cobra, but for me personally, this car just, I don't really care. I don't think it looks particularly amazing, especially with the roof up. It looks damn weird, and I'm just not really much of a muscle car person. All in all, you know, some of them I can get along with quite a lot. You know, I like the Daytona Charger, the normal Charger, and all the rest of it. But yeah, as far as sort of these muscle cars go, I like my cars to have handling, and this era of car is widely accepted to not have any of that. I will say it is stupendously quick in a straight line if you can get it all together. I mean, look at that best lap time so far, 33.80, which isn't very good, but 150.9 kilometers an hour, that is an awful lot. You know, there's not many cars that can go that quick down there. There's also not many cars that can be this awful to drive. It is truly horrific. This is a prize car. I don't remember if this is one of those where you can do quite a lot to it, or if it's one that just sort of is kind of limited on the upgrade. I know we have at least one of those cars here today. I don't know if it's this one or not. You know, a car which can sort of get a decent amount of upgrades, but it just can't get the full plethora. So, you know, some of the cars will forgo sports brakes because you can't get them. So you'll only get the brake balance controller and other weird things like that. It's mostly for, you know, your concept cars and stuff like that, but this Cobra might have it. Like I said, there's definitely one car here today that does. I'm not sure if it's this one, specifically. Alright. Come on. Just try and string a good lap time together, Cobra. You can sort of see it trying to rotate on me there. Yeah, it's all bad. It can do one thing very well. I mean, we sort of already knew that going into it, but yeah, one thing very well, and the rest of it, it's all awful and terrible at. This might be a quicker lap. It's still no cleaner looking than the previous one. 33.700, one final lap to see what the Cobra can do. That was a nice exit out of there. Not really giving it too much steering input on the way out, which does help it, although that really doesn't. Nor does that. Oh, this is a really scruffy lap. But then again, I can't do any better with this. This is probably the worst handling car I've driven for this so far. It's bloody awful. It gets a 33.579. Could it have gone quicker? Absolutely. To be honest with you, could probably get it into the low 33s, but I just wouldn't want to because it's not worth it. It's an awful car to drive. Do not recommend driving the Cobra. I mean, super speedway, maybe it'd work, but other than that, I have no use for this car. Let's go see where it places on our leaderboard. On to the leaderboard then, and the Shelby Cobra 427 goes into 169th place with a 33.579, which is pretty much in the cesspit with the rest of the other cars. It is slightly quicker than the Toyota Corolla 11BZG, Suzuki Cappuccino, Mazda MX-5, slightly slower than Toyota Sora, Mazda R33 drag car, and the MRS show version. Anyways, that is it for this edition of Hot Lap Classic. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, farewell.